Today is January 27th, 2020, and my people, it's about that time. What's going on, everybody? Today is a Tuesday morning. Wanted to do a crypto market update for you guys. I was hoping over the weekend we'd be able to get a bounce, up above this level to continue moving higher. That hasn't happened yet, and now I think is the time to start erring on the side of caution for a continuation downtrend on BTC, right? Because essentially we have kind of like this descending wedge pattern that I told you it's going to have to make a decision before February ends, probably around Valentine's Day, right? But in the near and dear time, it's very possible that this thing could drop, say, to this level right there. And if Bitcoin drops, if Bitcoin loses dollars, then the altcoins are already weak. The altcoins could probably lose, even though this doesn't look like a lot, it's probably only like 2 or 3%. Oh boy, 6%. That is a lot. Altcoins could lose double that in that same amount of time. And so in saying that, I think now is the time to probably decrease your positions on the altcoins, especially if they're the lower cap coins, not ranked higher than, say, 30 on CoinMarketCap, because those are usually the ones that are hit harder when Bitcoin pulls back. You see it's a lot of red in the market. I think the altcoins are starting to lose some of their equity. And then Bitcoin is also setting up, which could be, a 6% drop in the near future. So I think of the list that we had for the altcoins,
like a boss.
Live from the USA, helping you get paid every day. This is the boss of Bitcoin, the Cristo of crypto. It's your boy BK. And if you don't like me, you must not like money. Thank you for joining me, everybody. Today, I will be looking at the crypto market, as well as giving you a live price update on BTC. You see that video. I just sent that out to the VIP trading group. Compliments of bossofbitcoin.com. So if you want to get these live updates, then all you need to do is jump over to the website bossofbitcoin.com and sign up for one of the VIP trading communities right there on the page. We will get to that towards the end of this video. But that's what I wanted to do. I just wanted to show you guys a live market update that I sent out to these guys just to give them a heads up on what was happening. Keep in mind, when I sent that video, Bitcoin was still up north of $32,000, $31,000. As it stands today, it's literally sitting right on top of that trend line that I drew towards the bottom after having, it looks like a 7, almost an 8% drop, right? And so now we're basically trending inside those trend lines that I addressed in that video towards a downtrend. As I also stated, the altcoins are usually hit much, much harder. And when we look at CoinMarketCap.com, you can see Bitcoin is down 10%, Ripple down 12%, Cardano down 6%. Let's see here. What other big losses? Ren, a big one. I speak about this coin a lot in our profit package in our VIP trading groups. I address the correlation between Ren and the market. So if Ren is down, I think the people in the group knows what that means for the future of BTC as well. CRO down, Verge down, Dash down. So it's a lot of coins that are actually outpacing the decrease of BTC, and that's what I wanted to make this video about, to try and see when this trend will stop and what price expectations we can look at towards the future, right? I think a lot of people, it's a lot of negative sentiment in the market right now with regards to Bitcoin. And, that's why I drew this crazy little flyer right now, because that's what I think a lot of people are thinking, like, oh my God, the worst is yet to come. Bitcoin is going to crash to 20,000, 19,000. Let's just take a minute for the haters. Let's just take a minute and address the fact that Bitcoin is more than 30 $1,000, right? Like, it started running at 10 grand. I remember BTC 10K was like, oh my God, we broke 10 grand. You know what I'm saying? And now we hit 20 grand. And here we are sitting on this little support window. Very, very, very little support window. North of 30 bands, you know? So let's just take a minute and understand that this is, you know, this is a record, historic levels for BTC. And so that's why I really wanted to take this time and do this video to show you guys kind of what these different thresholds are, what the different energy cycles are, and ultimately I think where we can look at Bitcoin moving forward, right? And so I did this for the trading group. A lot of times you can do these different sine waves on top of BTC, and I think I would probably use, I'll use that one, right? And so this first sine wave, this lower one, captures that positive energy cycle. The quick one captures that positive energy cycle, and the highest one captures that positive energy cycle, right? And a lot of times when you do this, and I'll take out the lower one for now, I mean, because it's inverse. So a lot of times when you do this, you can actually see where they run together at. Put it on that intersection right there. Boom, boom. Right? And so essentially now this is kind of like a bad part of the chart, so to speak, for BTC, right? When you have a double negative, this sine wave is going down, and you have this sine wave going down, and those are the two immediate, you know, positive cycles. Like that was a great big cycle, and this was a great big cycle right before it went down. So that basically captures all the positive energy, you know, since December, I want to say, right? You could even do Fibonacci on top of that. Boom, boom. Just like magic, you know, you see this thing come together. We capped out, you know, almost to the T between the 4.2 and the 4.6, north of $40,000, right? And now we're basically consolidating inside those yellow bands, the 2.2 to 2.6, north of 30 grand, right? If we fall, and I think it is possible that Bitcoin can fall, we'll be looking at like 26K, right? That will be down here on that support threshold, right? The problem with falling to 26K is coming from 40K, that's going to be a lot of negative energy. And the only thing we have is about, what, a week's worth of market agreement that 26K was a good price, right? So if you essentially double that, that's what you could expect to have on this side, basically that exact same duration. And I think this trend line is decent. It just shows like the quick, the green one shows, and we could even label this red since this is kind of like the danger line, right? The breakdown line. You know, it's held twice, almost 3 times now. And so if we're looking at 26K, that could happen as late as February, and I think still maintain integrity with this cycle. Or it could happen as early as tomorrow, right? We won't be out of this trend until we are above that red line, right? And so I think, honestly, I think looking at this, the earliest that could happen would be if we were able to flatline, catch ourselves, and break out before this day. And that would be February 10th, right? Then we would need to, we could do something like that. Basically, if we're up here on or before February 10th, then the trend continues to move higher. If we're below here on or before February 10th, then the trend, I think, continues to move lower. And this is going to be a very, very, very interesting part because we will either accelerate to the up or we will accelerate to the down. Because as I mentioned previously, and I don't chart a lot like this on this channel because a lot of it is theoretical with regards to the energy trends, the macro trends. But just coming from this cycle, right, that inverse wave that I talked about, I think we had it like right there. Yeah, we could do that. Right about there. You see this thing starts to bottom out right around the same time that these two reverse as well. So there's a major move coming for Bitcoin in February. And the trend right now is down. And that is why I urged my VIP trading group to err on the side of caution. You know what I'm saying? When there's money to be made, like I'm the first to say, put your money down. Scared money don't make none. But, you know, coming after the, I've been in the market for a long time, and you really don't want to bleed out on these altcoins. You see 100,000 turn to 80,000, turn to 60,000, turn to 30,000, turn to, God damn it, how did we get down this low? You know what I'm saying? You don't want that to be you. You know, it's not a good situation. Trust me, first-hand experience. So, you know, I think we really just let the market tell us what it's comfortable with. I'm showing you guys like the pitches and the trends, you know, the reversal spots. But until it's confirmed, you know, all we can do is bet on the trend. And right now the trend is down. We do have this support area right there, you know, north of 29,000. However, after seeing, you know, the altcoins with the loss that they took, I think it's safe to say that this market won't fully recover until we get to that secondary support line. It's more of a primary support, the 1.6. And that would be right around 25K, between 24 and 26K, right? And then we have to wait between February, right around Valentine's Day. We had a Thanksgiving Day massacre. Let's see if we get a Valentine's Day massacre to see if the market wants to stay there. Right? Because you literally have two trends, and this is going all the way back to October. So you got about 3 months worth of energy that is changing, literally changing polarity right around the second week of February, right? And so we can almost take this one off, right? We would have to be above 35,000 the second week of February. Right now we're at 30,000. But we have two net negative trends coming and one big polar inverse reversal, right? And so I think that's the opportunity, is really to err on the side of caution, take some money off the table, realize that Bitcoin, and this is the messed up part, people, Bitcoin is actually not in control of its own destiny. And that's because Wall Street, the institutions, the fiduciaries of Wall Street, the VCs and all the big money, well, billion-dollar backers and the CJBs on the 33rd floor, they control the money. And when you look at what's happened to Wall Street over the past, say, week or so, it really hasn't been that great. Look at the Russell. This is the top 2,000 companies in the world. The Russell is down. I think this looks like, what, 10%? 3%, right? NASDAQ is consolidating right now, right? And so I think a lot of this, if NASDAQ falls, if the Russell falls, if, you know, oil falls, and all of these are setting up on major moves. But I think BTC might be leading the trend on this one, because you got to imagine, you know, if you were rich AF and you bought Bitcoin at 10 grand, guess what? You could sell it at 30 grand and be happy AF with that decision. You know what I'm saying? Regular people still waiting on their next stimulus check. They waiting on the free money from the government. You know what I'm saying? And so they ain't got 30 bands to put down on BTC. And so this ain't even, this chart isn't even feasible for their investment scheme. However, I think if you really keep an eye on crude, if you keep an eye on the Russell and the Nasdaq, a lot of those are running hot. You know, I wouldn't be willing to put in $27,000 just so I could get, or I'm sorry, $30,000 just so I could get one share of the Dow Jones. And look at that, Bitcoin and Dow Jones are almost, you know, at the same price. I don't think we've seen that ever in Bitcoin's history. Bitcoin is more valuable than the Dow Jones right now. Crazy, right? And so maybe that could just be it in itself. They wanna keep the point of parity off the table. You know, who knows? Who knows? Who knows? I don't think this is like one of the worst scenarios we've seen on BTC. A lot of money has been taken off the table, almost 30% it looks like off the top, 26% right now. However, these are some of the crashes, you know, that Bitcoin has had. This is a chart right here. I can include a link in the description. January 12th, 40%, 50%. I didn't get in the market until this one right here. I think June, July 17. That hurt, man. You know, going from 3,000 to 18, 1,500. That was a big dip right there. But as you know, we hit 20 grand not too much longer after that and went all the way down to 3,000. So where this trend will end is still yet to be seen. I think a lot of the smart money is taking it down a 40% correction, right around 25,000 before it flatlines, stabilizes. And if that happens, then you can do something like this, right? And we would say that we would expect to... Yeah, we can pull this in a little bit. Right around there. We would expect this trend right there. We would expect the trend to be over between here oh, that's too tight of a candle. I was like, why can't I see? There it goes. Between here yeah, so if we break down to 25,000, we really won't have a chance to go back positive until April of 2021. Yeah. April I think should be good. I think Chinese New Year is somewhere in the 1st in March. And Chinese New Year is normally very, very good. Okay, that's February. Chinese New Year is normally very, very good for crypto. You also have the spring equinox. If you go back and look at the charts with regards to a lot of these crashes, they ended in the spring, which means the early part of spring, April, May, usually was pretty good for Bitcoin. For example, right here, 2017, we went from $891 in March to almost $3,000 in May. So I think March, April, May is usually pretty good. And so that's kind of what these charts are showing. You have another big inverse, reverse polarity between April and early part of June, right? And so that's what I wanted to show you guys. It's a lot happening behind the scenes. I don't think Bitcoin controls its own destiny. These guys do. You know, this is something you should keep an eye on. Right? JB's first 100 days. What's going to happen inside the first 100 days? Ultimately, I think will determine what happens on this chart, right? You go 100 days out, that's 100 days from January. That's like April, right? Bam, right there, right? Put you at the end of that wave. So if they want to take BTC all the way down, you know, to say 20 grand, right? 18 grand. I think April is probably when the world will start buying it back up, right? But this $30,000 will be a major barrier on both sides. That's why it's holding right now, because it's essentially a major support level. But when we come back up to try to get above it, it's going to be very hard. We'll probably be sitting at 26, 27,000 for at least a month the next time we see it, if we fall under 25. So there you go. I hope this helps you guys. This is what I do. This is my gift to the world. I take a lot of the knowledge that I've been able to obtain over the better part of 3 decades in science, engineering, mathematics, calculus, statistical analysis, macro media production, Photoshop, and I wrap it all up in this beautiful little package put to you right now on bossofbitcoin.com. So if you want to learn how to trade like a boss, you know what I'm saying, learn how I went from $2 an hour to $20K a day in the market, this is how you do it. We got the profit package, which is $50 for the first month. I give you the top 7 coins to swing trade every 7 days. We had some bangers on that list, the movers, the shakers, and the money makers in the market. Normally when a Bitcoin breaks out on TradingView or on CoinMarketCap, it's not a surprise to us, especially if it's in top 40, top 50 coins. We had it on that list, right? And so the profit package is available for you. Or if you got more than, I would say, $2,000 or $3,000 in the market, then the Boss Alert messages is definitely for you. I've decreased the price to $3.99 for 3 months, essentially $1.25 a month. When you buy 3 altogether, and you get that video. So essentially the video you saw at the beginning.
What's going on, everybody? Today is a Tuesday
episode. This would be one of the videos you get probably every other day in that group. I try to do as much as I can to help you make as much money as possible, including portfolio allocation, stop losses, limit sales, swing trades, and we even do some features on some coins that I don't even talk about on this channel, right? I'm going to be covering Fetch on there. I'm going to be covering Uniswap, so things that I don't get to on this channel that I try to cover on that, in that group. And then we have some of the new sharks in the ocean, you know what I'm saying? Mighty Joe, Big Jake, it's a very exciting group. I'm really happy to be a part of it. It's come along a long ways. Bez and Jason, Crypto Mex, and all the regular fellas in the building. Then we got 90 Crypto and Miss Leanne, bringing up the profit package group. I think it's an amazing group. So these are the 2 VIP trading communities you have. You also have the opportunity to book a one-on-one lesson. You can message either myself or Miss 90 Crypto, Diana Rodriguez, in Telegram to set that up. So there you go, everybody. That's what I got, man. As I said, it's not up to Bitcoin. If it was up to Bitcoin, Bitcoin would be $100 grand right now. It's not up to BTC. We got to wait to see what these CJBs do. You know what I'm saying? And the new policy makers, the new managers, the new owners on the plantation. We got to see if they going to let us get some money right now. The answer is probably going to be no. You know what I'm saying? So just take that for what it is. With that, but therein lies the opportunity. Get your weight up. How much is silver right now? You know what I'm saying? Let's jump back into the money markets. Oil, crude, gold is $1,800. Instead of paying 30 grand for BTC, spend a tenth of that on an ounce of gold, and I think you'll be pretty happy that you did a few years from now. If you do not own precious metals, if you do not own at least 1 ounce of silver, you are not interested in your own financial prosperity or your own financial well-being. Silver is $25 an ounce. I've been telling you to buy silver probably since March of last year. Oh, that's when it was $15 an ounce. You would have almost doubled your money. This is real money. Bitcoin is real technology. Silver and gold is real money, right? And so I don't recommend one over the other. I recommend you having both. You know what I'm saying? It's like having it's just like you like to have options. Let's just leave it at that. You like to have options, right? So that's what I got for everybody. Thank you so much for joining me. I'm gonna be doing another video tomorrow where I'm gonna be talking about the top coins that we can look at rebounds for the year 2020, 2021. Right, top coins to buy for the rebound, because it's like sometimes you want to buy it on the way up. Sometimes you might want to put some down on the way down, because once we hit that floor and come back up, bam, bam, double bottom, we back off to the races again. So that's what I got for you. Thank you for watching. If you want to join one of the VIP groups, you know how to do it. bossofbitcoin.com. With that being said, everybody, it's that time of the day. Signing out, Boss Boy BK. No matter where you stay, Brazil to Bay, or California, all the way back out through Germany. good night, good morning, and good day. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for your time. Hit that thumbs up button for a player one time. Do that for me if you appreciate mine. Till we meet again, stay cryptic, y'all. Peace.
Like a boss.
Huh.